Hey guys, this is a report presented to the Miami Dolphins by Eric Flores. This is the social media insights of the Miami Dolphins. Today we're going to talk about the goals and purposes of this report. We're going to talk about the social media insights, the comparisons, and the post analysis that the Miami Dolphins have in their social media platforms. And we have the final recommendations at the end. First, we're going to talk about who are we. The Miami Dolphins are a professional American football franchise based in the Miami area. They were established in 1965 and they are Florida's oldest professional sports team. The Dolphins were successful in the 1970s, becoming the first team to advance to the AFC Championship for 3 consecutive seasons. The Hard Rock Stadium, located in the Miami Gardens, Florida, is the home of the stadium for the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins were recognized because they won a perfect season in 1972. They won 17 games and lost none. Now, what are the current finances of the Miami Dolphins? This is the finances which show the revenue in million US dollars. We see that in 2001 we came up with $145 million, and compared to 2015 they almost came up with $360 million. That's a positive number because we've been increasing in the last 15 years, which is a really good thing for us. Now, what are our challenges? Some of the challenges for this season is to increase the stadium attendance average from 76% to at least 80%. We also want to increase merchandise sale by 25%. We also trying to increase our engagement rate per post from 0.089% to 0.20%. We would like to change the classic perspective for a new innovative team perspective. This means we don't want to be seen as that team who won the 1970s regular season and then nowadays is just a regular team. No, we want to be seen as a new innovative team with players that want to show love for this city. We also want to increase our revenue per fan from $24 to $30 and increase our cross-channel social audience from 3.77 million to 4 million. These are our challenges, and in a while and later I'm going to talk about how are we going to do them by showing our strategies. What are our goals or where are we going? So we're basically presenting the social media insights of the Miami Dolphins, and the main purpose is to increase the organization's revenue by enhancing our social media pages. We have some key performance indicators we're going to follow. The two most important ones for me are the social media followers of 3.77 million and cross-channel amplification, which is 14,000. Now, we want to increase this number because these followers and cross-channel amplification are what exposes us for the future or potential customers. So, who are we targeting? So, basically, our target market obviously is those people that live in the city, which are regular fans. But then we also have fantasy football fans, international football fans, and professional football fans, professional football players, which are which can be targeted via online store merchandise and live video footage. Now, what are the analysis? What are we measuring? So I decided to measure the three more biggest social media platforms, which are Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So I decided to pick these three because they are also the ones where the other NFL teams are on. So the Facebook Insights in the last 7 days, we have 2.25 million followers, which is basically we're the second one with least followers, so that's not a good number. But we have 9.43 posts per day, which is almost 10 posts per day. We are the one leading that category. However, we have an engagement rate per post of 0.020%. That means, sorry, we have the least engagement rate per post, but we have most posts per day. So that means we need to post more interesting things and things that people just won't just ignore and people actually engage with our posts. We have an engagement total per post of 454 people and a post amplification rate of 43.6 and an applause rate of 15.9%. Now for Instagram, we have 690,000 followers. You can see the little football arrow I have here. It shows our praise and ranking compared to the other NFL teams on social media. We are the last ones in that category, but we are the first ones in post per day category. We almost post 3 pictures per day. which is good, but the engagement rate per post is we're just the second ones with the least with 0.93%, and we have an applause rate of 77.5% and a conversation rate of 31.1%. Now, one insight that really scared me was that we have zero posts with hashtags on Instagram. Now, hashtags are the biggest way of marketing for Instagram. So, if we're trying to expose our brand, our company, our team, or even our fans to our customers, then we need to use hashtags so that we can get to them without them following our page. Now, for the Twitter Insights for the last 7 days, we have 817,000 followers, 14.1 tweets per day. We're halfway in that one. The Dallas Cowboys post 18 tweets per day, which is good, so we need to get that number up to at least 18. Our engagement rate per tweet is 0.021%, just 0.001% more than Facebook. We have an engagement total per post of 8.2%, and we have a post amplification of 56.4%. We also have an applause rate of 6.7% on Twitter. Now, we have some comparisons cross channel. We have an engagement rate per post of 0.075% on all social media platforms. So we're the last ones in that area compared to the 49ers, Buccaneers, Cowboys, and the New England Patriots. Now, we are the one with more posts. We post 168 in the last 7 days, so we were the first ones in that compared to the last ones, which were the New England Patriots with 83. However, they were the ones with more engagement, and we're the ones with least engagement. So that's a causation that I'm not saying this causes this, but I can tell that the New England Patriots are putting more effort and more interesting posts in their social media pages. Now we have 3.77 million followers, which we could grow if we put more emphasis on the YouTube and Google followers, because we can see that all of them which are on top, which is 49ers, Patriots, and Cowboys, have YouTube and Google Plus accounts linked to their social medias. Not us. We only have Google Plus and YouTube, but we don't really post pictures or videos. Now, our Facebook comparison, we have an engagement rate per post. We're the last ones with 0.020%. We have 9.43 posts per day and 2.25 million followers. Our Instagram comparison in the last 7 days is that we have an engagement rate per post of 0.93%. We have almost 3 posts per day and 690,000 followers. Now, for the Twitter comparison, we have an engagement rate per tweet of 0.021%, and we have 14.1 tweets per day. That's 4 less tweets than the Dallas Cowboys. However, we also need to count that they have retweets, which means they have more engagement. That's why that's the reason they have more tweets is because they also have more engagement. However, they also have more engagement because they have a good amount of followers. Now we have 817,000, which is also a good number, but we need to grow that number to more. Now we have on post analysis. We see there's 2 Facebook post analysis. The first one shows how the Miami Dolphins transmitted live when their general manager Chris Greer was and Mike Tannenbaum was recapping the draft, which is a good thing. They also show the link for the full draft coverage, and we also see another post of the Miami Dolphins showing their new and newest additions to the team, which is good because that connects the team, and the first post connects the headquarters of the team, with the fans and consumers. Now for Instagram, we can see last year it was the 50-year birthday for the Miami Dolphins, so they came out with a new golden logo and a new uniform. They posted this in a 6-picture canvas, which is a good idea. We can see the second post. Also, it says, "I like to have fun, make plays, and go out there and compete," which is a quote by Benson Taylor, a new player for the Miami Dolphins. However, we can see that in the quote, the bottom of the post, it says "go out there and compete" and no hashtag. That means that if you're on Instagram and you're not following Miami Dolphins, you cannot see this picture. But if they put NFL, football, Miami Dolphins, or even Benson Taylor, anyone looking for those special hashtags will be able to be exposed to this picture, so that way we can market to them as well. Now for Twitter, we have the exact same post with no hashtag as well. But we do see something good on Twitter. They retweeted a picture of Isaac Asiara, which is a new player for the organization, and that means they're showing that their fans and customers their new addition to the team, which was a really good thing. I think, I believe. Now, some strategies to follow. We're trying to increase the engagement rate from 0.075% to 2% by the end of next season. We want to do this by posting more, enhancing, posting more, putting more effort in our posts. And I will not say I want to post less, but I want to say that if we keep posting as much as we are, then we need to get better by posting more interesting stuff for viewers or followers in the social media platforms. Now, we also want to increase our social media followers from 3.77 million to 5 million by the end of the current season. How are we going to do that? Because we're gonna do that as because we're gonna market our social media on our home games, and we're also going to do that by point four, which says partner up with professional teams like the Miami Marlins and Miami Football Club, like other professional teams in the Miami area. We're going to partner up with them so that we can market to their fans, and that's going to give us a bigger fan base and more followers on our social media. Because if you're from certain city, you also, even though you don't like some sport, you might want to follow another professional team from your city, so that gives us more space for potential customers. We also want to increase the use of hashtags on Instagram from 0% to 99%, which I explained it that we don't want to be putting hashtags 100% of time on Instagram, because sometimes, like for example, if there's a death of a player or a familiar from a player, then we want we the Miami Dolphins may be posting a picture saying we're sorry for your loss, but some people might find it offensive if there's a hashtag. So that's why I leave that 1% off. Now, the last one is that we want to change the customer perspective from a classic team to a more innovative team, like the Miami Marlins did 5 years ago. Now, the Miami Marlins changed their logo, their uniform, and they even changed their name from Florida Marlins to Miami Marlins. So that's kind of what the Miami Dolphins are going through right now. They already changed their logo, their uniform, and now we're just trying to change the perspective of the customers and fans so that we can grow and start a new era in the team. But for this, we need to start putting more effort on our social media. That was my presentation. Thank you guys for watching.